Hi, this is Mashnu and I'm reviewing one of my own games again. I played this one last Wednesday. It was in the regional league competition. So perhaps you remember that when I reviewed my last game of the league competition, I told you that the team where I play is standing on the first place now. And we are trying to keep it that way. So this match that we played against another club was again very important. We needed to win this one to stay on the first place. I was playing black here, and my opponent opened this with c4. The English opening, knight to f6, g3, c5. So this is the symmetrical variation of the English. He plays e4 now. I continued with d6. This is old theory, f4, knight to c6, knight f3, and now bishop g4. I wanted to make use of the square d4, so I'm pinning his knight on f3 with the idea of moving my knight to d4. He played now h3, so I decided to take on f3. And he took here with bishop. Now on grandmaster level, I found some games in my database that continue with queen takes f3, the knight to d4 follows, and the queen goes to d3, and then black castles. So this is what, let's say, in grandmaster practice has been played. But my opponent chose for bishop takes f3. Now I continued with knight to d4 as planned. He moved d3 and I played e6 with the purpose of controlling the d5 square, so there is no knight d5 coming in there, and eventually later looking at options of playing d5 myself. That's at the moment not possible because of e5 from his side, but just a general idea. He castled here and I castled as well. He played bishop to e3 now, and I thought for quite a long time here, because I mean the position is still very symmetrical. We haven't traded any pawns, and I was thinking, what is more worth, my knight on d4 or his bishop on f3? Should I take on f3 or not? Or should I allow him to take on d4, or the last option, move my knight away from there? I wasn't sure, and I decided to take it easy and retreat my knight from f6 to d7, so in case he takes on d4 I could retake with my bishop, so I can keep my pawn structure intact. He moved queen to d2 now, and I started making the plan of looking for play on the queen side. I wanted to play the move b2 b4. B7 b5. So I played rook to b8 to prepare this, and it's useful anyway to move the rook away from this diagonal. Just think there is no possible tactics with e5 and attacking this pawn on b7 or anything like that. And the idea is to play b5. He answered a rook to b1, and I thought, okay, let's go with b5 and see what we can achieve. It was quite a risky way of opening the position, but well, we needed to win this this match, so I wanted to get some activity in this game. I played b5 here, and he took c takes b5, knight takes b5, knight takes b5, now rook takes b5, and here he played the move d4. He advances actually his let's say weakened pawn from d3 to d4, so now it becomes an active pawn. I have control over the b file for at least with the rook on this open file. Perhaps later I can place another rook on b1 and attack b2, or move my queen to a5. Those were my thoughts about possible continuation. I decided to take here on d4. He took with the bishop, and now I played queen to a5, and I actually totally missed his next move. When I was calculating the consequences of taking on d4 and then playing queen to a5, I thought that he would have to play here queen to e3, and then I wanted to continue with rook to c8, activating all my pieces and placing them on this open files, alpha files, the rooks. So this is what I wanted to achieve, but I was surprised when he played the move b4. Notice, by the way, that trading queens doesn't work, because if he takes my queen, I take first the bishop with check, and then I retake, so he loses a piece. So, and taking my bishop doesn't work because I take his queen. So b4 was a surprise for me, that now the a2 pawn is defended by the queen. And I took on d4 now. He took back with the queen, and now I took on a2, more or less accepting that he would probably take on d6. Now, fortunately for me, he didn't, because it would have been better to take on d6 now for white. Instead of that, he thought that he could get more active play by first playing rook to a1, attacking my queen. But in fact, queen takes d6 would have been stronger. It's quite difficult to find good squares for my knight here. If I play knight to b6, then queen d3 attacks my rook, and my rook has no place to go. If I go to f6 with my knight instead of b6, then still queen d3 is a good move for him, attacking my rook and making preparations to activate his rook from f1 to c1, things like that. Well, let's continue with how the game went, because he played rook to a1. I went with my queen to b3, and now I'm not only threatening here to take on b4, but another important thing about the queen on b3 is that it attacks the bishop on f3. So this rook on f1 is bound to stay there. Now he took on a7, and I took with my rook the b4 pawn, attacking his queen. And now he played queen takes d6. I played queen e3 check, winning his rook, but I must be careful because my rook is also attacked. He played king to h1, and here I didn't want to take on a7 the rook, because then he would take my rook on b4, and then we would have more or less an equal position. I made a serious mistake here, because there is a winning line here for black, and I missed it completely. Perhaps you would like to pause the video and have a look how black can win this position, if you want to practice. What I did was rook to d4, attacking the queen, defending my knight on d7. It looked right to me. What I didn't see, and one of my teammates that was sitting on the board beside me, he looked at my board, and he saw the continuation that I should have played. He told me afterwards, after the game, that he had seen that I could play here rook to b1. It's a beautiful combination. Both rooks are attacked now, and if a rook takes b1 follows queen takes f3 check. If the king goes to g1, now queen takes g3, king f1, queen f3 check again, and after the king goes back to g1, then there is this check on e3. So that means that I take this rook on a7 and I have a piece more. So this was a combination that I missed in the game, and here we see how important tactics are. It would have been a way to decide the game immediately in one blow. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. I was too much concerned with the idea that he was attacking my knight and that he was attacking my rook, and that I couldn't take right now here because he would take my rook and things like that. Let me show you how the game continued. Rook to d4. He went to c6 with the queen. I played queen to d3. He continued with rook a to a1, and I played a rook to c4, attacking his queen, and he went to a6. Now at this point there were a few other games from this match started to end, and we play 8 players against 8 players, so the team that gets 4.5 points or more wins the match. So I started looking around me, because this game now that I was playing, well, the chances to draw this are there. So I started looking around how the other games were developing, and if we had chances of scoring enough points by playing a draw here. It was not that clear yet, so I continued with knight to c5, queen to a3. I played a rook to c3, and he played queen to b4. This is move 29, and I was a bit in time trouble. Not really extreme time trouble, but I wanted to just win some time, so I played a rook to c4, and he went back, and now I play the rook to b3 again. I was being careful that it should not be 3 times move repetition, and he moved the queen to b4, so I thought, okay, now it's clear that he wants a draw. So I stopped playing for a few minutes, went to look around again at the games of my team members, and at this point we scored already 4 points, so it was 4 points against 2. So that meant that if I would draw this game, then we would win the total match. So I didn't take the chance to continue this, although I saw that I could trade queens after. In this position I could trade queens and then take on e4. I had seen that also in the position before when this arose, but the thing is that this is the competition part of the game. If this would have been a chess tournament where I'm playing myself for my own points, for my own ratings and nothing more, I would have probably taken the queen on a3 a few moves before, when this position was also there. But now we needed only a half point to win the match, so I claimed here the draw, because after rook to c3 we get 3 times the same position, so 3 times repetition, and then you can claim a draw. So I paused the clock and I told my opponent, I'm claiming draw now because I'm going to play rook to c3, and our team captain came and saw that it was correct, so then the game was finished here. So that means that we won the match and we are still on number 1. It's very exciting. We still have 3 more matches to go, and I hope we manage to keep winning. Well, let's have a short look just for the idea what would happen if I would take here. This rook endgame is of course better for black with 1 pawn more, but it's not easy to win, and that's why I didn't want to take any risk, and I accepted the draw. This is actually an endgame that it's important to be patient with black, to prepare the advance of the pawns, prepare the advance of the passed pawn, use both rooks and try to make them work together. But it's absolutely not easy to play, nor for black nor for white. So alright, I hope you found this an interesting game, interesting video, and I'll see you next time on YouTube. Goodbye.